You guys, today I'm gonna do Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5 Episode 11 Schools to Scar. The way I'm looking, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I just came in from Mike Louis Mondays and I just had to get this video out. Looking at the Stevie J, I just have to get this video out. So it started off with Scrap going to court and he talking about being gone, and while he going at the court, they show like all the 3 bitches he and fucked with. Tiara is with the kids. Her son don't really know. He just know daddy not gonna be home tomorrow. Tommy ass said she was drunk last night, gonna be drunk tonight. She don't care, and she don't know if she gonna wait for him. I'm like, girl, nobody cares. Carly just said that her friend is gone and all that. Nobody cared either. So he gets sentenced to, it was crazy because the judge said, he was telling the judge, like, I'm a good father and I'm in my child's life, and I'm sitting there like, womp, womp, womp. I hate when people do that, especially don't use your kids as an excuse like you didn't do nothing bad, but whatever. Should have thought about that bullshit when you was doing what you was doing. That's how I look at it. But anyway, he was saying how he was a good person in his child's life. So the judge was like, okay, I'm going to take that in consideration and show lenience or whatever he said. So he was like, well, you got, you're facing from minimum 5 years, maximum 30 years. So I'm going to sentence you to 20 years. My heart was like, what? Huh? But then he said he's going to do 5 years confinement and 15 years probation. I was like, well, god damn. But hey, I'd rather take that than being there the whole motherfucking 20 years. So he going to jail. Everybody crying like they didn't know he was going. I'm just saying. But that was that with that. Nobody cared. Mimi and Stevie J. He come in the kitchen with a robe on. She faking a funk like she didn't really want to look at him with that robe on. He talking about he home. She like, no, you're not. I'm like, whatever. He was talking about this our house and all this bullshit. So she asked him, she said she did some investigation, some self-investigation, and she looked up Promise P, I think her name, Promise P May, Promise B May, I don't know this broad name, but she went and she lived in North Carolina, so she was like, we're gonna do a road trip. If you ain't scared, you'll be down with it. He was down with it. He said, okay, whatever. Betty Idol is in rehearsal with her homeboy, dancing, singing. I tuned her out. I just got irritated just seeing her coming on the damn screen, so I don't know. She was alright, but I didn't care. I wouldn't have bought it. I don't know. So Mama D comes in there, this fucked up looking wig on. And she was like, oh, I want to get to know her since Bam is out the way and she's pretty and yada yada yada. She wants her to be with Scrappy. I'm like, girl, your son is grown than a motherfucker. Please stay out of his business. But we know Mama D don't know how to fucking stay in her own lane. I don't know. So she was asking her, like, what's up with you and my son? And the girl was like, nothing, she brought up, Bambi or whatever. And Mama D gonna say, the deer has crossed the wrong street again. I said, I won't. You know why she don't like you? You know why Mama D don't like Bambi? Because she cannot fucking control Bambi. She cannot talk shit to her without her getting backlash back. Bambi is not the one to let her say shit. That's why she don't like her. But I'm like, bitch, I've seen you all on family vacations with them. Shut up. So, she was saying how she was like, that bitch Mama D told homegirl she was cute. And she could have, if she was still a pimp, she could have worked for her. I said, how you want this girl to be with your son, but you want to pimp her out? Anyway. So, like I said, Betty was telling her about Bambi and all this kind of bullshit. And then Mama D, she dumb. So then she was saying, can y'all work it out or some bullshit? And she tells Mama D about Scrappy was talking about transgenders and shows a video of him talking about transgenders. I'll get more into that, but Mama D said, I didn't raise him like that. Then, yada, yada, yada. And I got a friend, her friend Chanel, I guess is transgender and stuff like that. So she wants to talk to Scrappy about this now. Okay. Mimi and Scrappy. No, Mimi and Scrappy. You know I'm tripping, tired. Mimi and Stevie J. He drooling all in the fucking car. I was cracking up. He was asleep, and they end up. She waking him up to talk to him about this whole situation, and she shows him a DNA test because she feel. I don't know. She said that if he got these two women, she don't have him on child support, but if he got these two women pregnant, then she gonna put him on child support. I'm like, bitch, he got other kids. Why is he not on child support with the baby? Because you have complained in multiple seasons that he wasn't doing what he had to do for your daughter. You have had to get on the shower rods for your daughter to make money for your daughter. That's what you say. Why is Stevie J not paying child support? I don't get that. You're dumb. That just shows you she dumb over dick, because ain't no fucking way in the world that I know that my baby daddy is out here dicking everybody down, got multiple kids, and I don't have him on child support. Bitch, please. And I'm hanging off shower rods? Oh, no, not gonna happen. Nope. So, anyway, that shit just bothered me. So Stevie was talking about he haven't talked to Joselyn or whatever. Talking about, I'm with you. I'm like, she's so fucking dumb. She just dumb as a doorknob. But anyway, talking about he sexually neglected. That's why he looking at her like that. I'm like, boy, go get yourself off and shut up. So anyway, they arrive at this girl house, and she's surprised as shit that they there. I'm like, girl, you ain't surprised. Mona called you and said we taping at such and such time. Stop lying. So Mimi come in there and asked her about the baby, and she was like, why are you talking to me? He the one need to be addressing me, not you. I'm like, okay. So then he comes up to like, what are you doing? You telling people you trying to mess up my life. Long story fucking short, this bitch was lying. Because she was like, you want to see the baby? And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I want to see the baby because, Mimi brought the DNA test out or whatever. And she was like, you want to see the baby? And then she going to say, it's not no baby. I lied. She was trying to get attention. She trying to get famous. What she say? Kim K got a sex tape. Mimi got a sex tape. Shit, she just trying to get in where she fit in. Fuck it. And Mimi gets real mad at her and goes outside when she start talking about Mimi. But I'm like, bitch, you do got a sex tape. Don't act like it ain't out there, bitch. Like, come on. Talking about she coming after me. Bitch, you came in her house. Shut up. So, then she gonna say, she said why she did it. And then, so Stevie when they leaving out the house, Stevie's told her, don't call me no more. Why are you still dealing with her then? Stevie, you fucked this girl some kind of way, period, point blank. Don't act like you didn't. You just didn't really have a baby, but you fucked her. Don't act like you didn't. They did something, because why would he say, don't call me no more? I'm like, whatever. Mama D and Scrappy, they meet up to talk about the whole Betty situation. And he was like, you get out my business. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. Get out the fucking business, Mama D. So she was like, yeah, she showed me a video. So he like, what the fuck? Like, huh? So he was saying, this is how Scrappy felt. And I understood what he was saying. I don't think, like he said, he wasn't bashing anybody. He wasn't dogging anybody. But the way he see it, like, and it's a lot of men have been saying that shit. Bitch, I have been saying that when I see some of these bitches pictures, like, bitch, are you sure this is a dude? Because these bitches is looking like girls. So he was like, the way girls is now, and then they lying about it, he need to see fucking baby pictures. If bitches is looking so fucking good, he might need to see some baby pictures to make sure they not no dude. Because some of these bitches is lying and not telling the fucking truth. Especially in Atlanta. Don't try to act like it's not out there where these girls are dressing up. these men are dressing like women and not telling these guys, and then getting mad that these women are being put in these situations with straight men and getting beat up or killed by them because they have lied to these guys instead of just being straightforward, honest. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same token, you dudes need to stop trying to fuck with everything that got some titties and ass and a long weave. Like, for real. Like, you wouldn't even be put in them positions if you wouldn't try to fuck everything that walked past. Just saying. So I understand what Scrappy was saying, but at the same time, you dudes just see a girl with tits and ass and just try to holler at them and then get mad because a motherfucker dude. Like, come on. You didn't care when you was just looking. Now, oh, hey dude, that's a dude. Now you want to get mad? No. That's your fucking fault. You didn't get to know somebody before you be all up and trying to get their number and hollering at them. Oops. But that's not just Scrappy. That's just to all men in general that just be doing that shit. But like I said, I totally get where Scrappy was coming from. And even Mama D got where he was coming from at that point and was like, well, you need to talk to Betty Idol and apologize. He was like, I'm not fucking apologizing for my opinion. And I don't think he should have to apologize for his opinion. But yeah, talk to him and let him know how the way you talking to your mama so it won't be no confusion. I totally get that. Then you have Scrappy and Joselyn and Don meet up. It's fucking Joselyn. I told you I don't like her this fucking season. This part was just fucking ridiculous. Her and Don is meeting up because Don has been getting her booking deals or, hosting gigs and stuff like that since she's a free agent. She ain't got no manager and all that kind of stuff. Don's been getting her money. Can't be mad. But she was telling Don what she did with the whole baby situation. And she said she lied. She said Mimi is always trying to, run to him. And she knew Mimi was, if she found this shit out, she was going to go put him on child support. So that's why she told Mimi about these babies. But she was like, I lied. She was like, girl, I was in there crying and all. I said, see, and I was over there like, this some bullshit while everybody was feeling sorry for her. I didn't. But I was like, goddamn, Joselyn played too much. Joselyn being messy this whole season. But I just was like, this is Southern hip hop for you. Fuck it, whatever. But and then Don had got Joselyn into going to Rick Ross' party. She was, invited to Rick Ross' party that he was having. And she told her that would be a good look for her to be around a lot of people in the industry and getting her name out there without Stevie J. So that was where that whole situation came from, why everybody was making a fuss about that picture on the blogs and going crazy. I never tripped off of that. Even when I seen, I'm like, oh my God, people go crazy when people take pictures with people and always trying to put them together. I never thought Joselyn was fucking Rick Ross. So that's why I never spoke on it. But yeah, I was like, oh, so this is how this came up. This is how this gonna play out. Okay. So, Scrappy and Bobby Valentino, they're performing Sucker for Love at a club. Betty Idol and D. Smith come by so they can talk. And he explained himself with them. Only thing I didn't like, because D. Smith had an attitude already before he sat down. I'm like, bitch, why are you here? Why are you here? Like, ew, I don't like her. But like I said, he explained himself the same way, and she was saying, well, you said a man in a wig, and why you asking for baby pictures? And I'm like, girl, like, whatever, I ain't got time to explain this again. And he said he's not homophobic, and I don't believe that Scrappy is homophobic. I really, really don't. Then he was like, well, I'm glad we can have this talk, that you can respect my opinion. But she in a confession of time, I don't respect his opinion. I was like, this is why I know nobody like you. I don't like her. So whatever. Mimi and Rashida talks about Stevie J, and Rashida was just basically telling her, like, girl, don't be getting sucked in that bullshit. You are really getting sucked in this bullshit with him, and they always going at it, getting back together. Like, you shouldn't even have to deal with that stuff. She told Rashida how Joselyn lied or whatever, and I'm still sitting there like, bitch, girl, you are getting whatever. But Mimi want to fuck back with Stevie J. That's why she let him in her house. That's why all this stuff been going on with her, because she wants Stevie to say, baby, I want to be back with you. Fuck all these other girls. And I really believe that Mimi, regardless of all the shit he put her through, she would go back to him. So I'm like, girl, shut up. Stevie at the radio station with his new assistant or business partner, with whoever she is that he gonna be fucking in a minute, named Miss Jackson. She says she's all about her business. I'm like, not fucking with Stevie, you're not. But he basically say they talked about the picture with the whole Rick Ross, and he was throwing her under the bus like, a wife wouldn't be doing this and that. Nigga, for real? A wife wouldn't be just taking pictures regardless of where Rick Ross placed his hand. My nigga, you already, regardless if you don't have no kids, you fuck them bitches. Like, come on. Then all the shit you keep doing with Mimi, you moved out from your wife and went and stayed with your baby mama. Like, for real? And you mad about a picture that she took with him? See, this is why I don't understand dudes. I don't understand. This is why I tell y'all women, stop giving y'all all to these men. Like, you see how quick he was able to go do all this shit and be with all these people and do what he want to do. But the moment she take a picture, Jocelyn is the scum of the fucking earth. Like, for real? For real? A picture? Then he put it out there, oh, they wasn't married. They never was married. Mimi don't know. All this bullshit. And I'm like, nobody ever believed it. But I didn't care. I didn't really care. Didn't care. But nobody believed it. And why is this coming out now? Like, and I still don't care. I still feel like in 6 months down the line, we gonna find out they fucked again. I just don't care. Like, they needed a storyline, and here we go. Really. Anyway, that was my review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode 11. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm about to take my ass to bed. I'm tired. And I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Follow me on all social media sites by The Ghetto View. THA, not THE. Make sure you're checking out my girl Ashley Miller. Might be, who else do Love and Hip Hop? Shit, everybody. You know my YouTube family. We all do reviews. So make sure you guys are checking us out, sticking with us, rocking with us. And it's all about support. I'll talk to y'all later.